Greetings and welcome to the Dreamweaver Podcast, episode 1. My name is Jesse Farmer and I'm a holistic health practitioner, pain therapist, dreamer, adventurer and human being, and it is with great pleasure that I invite you into this very first episode. So this is a place whereby we're going to explore health, healing, dreams, purpose, what it means to create a life that we love, which is what it's all about, and what I believe actually cultivating our dreams is all about. I've come to learn that when we engage in our dreams, we are engaging in life, and this is a way to move forward with life, bringing what is within our hearts forward as an expression of love. So for me, I'm learning so much through engaging in this project, and it's very much a message of love that I want to bring and share and invite you into. And this has been quite a long time for me. This is quite big getting this off the ground, actually, because it's been about 3 years in the making. I was in ceremony, and this concept of Dreamweaver just dropped in. And the second it dropped in, I wrote it down. I was like, oh, okay, there's something spicy here. This is interesting. Like every hair on my body stood on end and had this big elevation. And I was like, oh, Dreamweaver, hello, okay. There's something here there. So then this concept kind of got put on the shelf for a while, and worked with a number of different other concepts, working to create health courses. But this was always still on the shelf, calling to me. So yeah, it's with great pleasure that I bring this forward. And what I hope this will become is a vehicle to help people like yourself and many others to ultimately move towards the discovery, creation, embodiment, and ultimately living the dream that they want to bring forward within their lives. And I really, really hope that this podcast, as well as a number of other things that I'm doing, is going to be able to help people do that, which has very much become my own dream in life, and what I'm looking to dedicate, or what I am dedicating the next portion of my life to, in terms of discovering what is Dreamweaver, because it's really exciting, because like whilst I'm building it and whilst it's coming through, it feels like it's more of a discovery, and it feels like it's something within the ether that wants to be discovered and then brought into concrete form, which, as I'm finding out, is the nature of so many of our dreams in life, like these things that we want to move towards and create and cultivate. As a manifestation of our love. The dreams and love, for me, they've become synonymous, and I really see us bringing our dreams forward as us making our love made manifest in the world, or making our love manifest in the world. And the very nature of the dream is that it does come from this kind of like etheric place, in a way. I mean, like, where does a dream come from? Well, is it an idea? Is it a thought? Oh, maybe that's involved, but is it something else? Well, where do they actually come from? I don't know the answer yet, and this is something that I can't wait to discover. Maybe I'll never discover it, and I'm perfectly at peace with that, because I think there is something quite mysterious around our dreams, as there's something deeply mysterious around life. Many things are interesting, deeply mysterious around life. And what I'm coming to see is that our dreams exist up there in the ether, in a way, and but I think part of our role here is, if we choose to follow our dream, is to pull those ideas, pull those concepts down from the ether, and do what we need to do to birth them into reality, which is very much the process that I'm currently in with this Dreamweaver at the moment. So yeah, so this is going to be a discovery together, because one thing that's very important for me in this movement, and yes, I'm looking to create a movement, I'm looking to create a community, looking to create a vehicle for expansion, a vehicle for love, a vehicle for helping others, a vehicle for people to meet and help each other as well. And yeah, I really, really see this as a co-collaboration with myself, you, anyone else who is involved with the spirit. This is we're all in this together, doing this together. So I'd really love for any kind of involvement. If you want to post in what your dreams are, or have any suggestions for how this podcast and how this movement may evolve, I'd be really, really open to hearing. So yeah, I mean, why now? Why Dreamweaver now? So this is the choreography has brought it forward in my life to bring it forward to others. And I see, what's happening in the world at the moment. It's very difficult. Like there are, tragedies happening like left, right, and center. Like there's war, there's division, there's disconnection. It's a nightmare. And actually, the concept of the nightmare is very inherently woven into the concept of the dream, with our dream actually being, I believe, the vehicle to move us out of the nightmare that we're experiencing within our lives. So I see it on a global scale experiencing a nightmare at the moment. So very much, I believe that with the message of positivity, with the message of following our dreams, this is one of the best ways to work against a world that is ultimately going mad. It's going nuts, left, right, and centre. And from what I'm seeing is there's so much negativity flying around, and there's, from what I feel, a lack of love. So the Dreamweaver is in many ways is to help people, and in many ways it's also a response to what's happening in the world at the moment, or my response to what's happening in the world. I want to bring the message of positivity, bring the message of love, bring the message of following our dreams as of key importance to what's happening within the world at the moment, because I believe that if every person was to move towards cultivating their dream, then we'd live in a very, very different world. And I say move towards cultivating their dream consciously, not necessarily achieving their dream, because as I'm seeing with my own journey, it's less and less about achieving the dream and more about the journey that it takes you on to get there. And very much I'm seeing this as an engagement with life, and the following our dreams as a beautiful way to engage with life, and again spread our love throughout the world. So I always think of my mum actually when thinking about love made manifest. I asked my mum many years ago. I was like, "Well, Mum, what's your dream then?" And she goes like, "Oh, I've already done my dream. It's raising you guys." I was like, "Oh, bless, Mum, that's so sweet." Like, but come on, what's your dream really? And she said it was us. But then she was at the time getting into knitting these doggy coats, and they're super, super cute doggy coats. By the way, thank you, Mum. I love you. Well, you wouldn't be here. None of us would be. Thank you, all of our mothers. My mum makes these beautiful doggy coats. Like she sits there, knits them for hours. These woolen, beautiful doggy coats, and every single dog that wears these coats, they look bloody cute. And the dog walks past, and anyone that they walk past, everyone goes, "Oh, it's so cute! Look at the little pooch." And it struck me because I was just like, "Oh man, this is my mum's love that she pours into these the making of these doggy jumpers." This is the creation of that, and the vibration of that goes out into these dogs and into all of the people that come into contact with them. And it was a really powerful realization, because I was just seeing the effect of love and what a strong force this is. And we all have these individual dreams that come to us, these individual whispers from the soul that I believe want to live through us, want to be birthed through us. For everyone, it's completely different. For some people, it's creating a meaningful project for the world. For other people, it's having kids. For other people, it's running that first marathon. Everyone, it looks completely unique and different for. Some people, it's raising parents. Raising parents? Raising kids. Kids, you know what I mean. I think that just as each of us is so unique within ourselves, I see us as being this unique thread in this tapestry of humanity, all with our individual weave and all contributing in some way to this beautiful tapestry, this beautiful mosaic of humanity. And we all have that thing to add, that thing that wants to come through us, that whispers to us. And but this is another reason for this movement. Creating our dreams is inherently pretty challenging. As I've very much found out myself. I'll get a little bit into my own dream in a little while. But a big clue, you're currently in it. It's difficult to move towards our dreams. There's so many blocking factors and so many things in the way. Whether it's internally, a lot of us struggle with self-worth challenges, maybe even trauma that creates difficulty for us to move towards those things that we want. Sabotage. There's a lot that to work within us. Low motivation. There's many things, and then externally we have also various different challenges. Financial resources might be a challenge. Support from our network may also be a challenge. Not knowing the right people to help us or to join our dream team and help us to create that dream. Also, I believe that we live in a system that makes it pretty difficult to actually move towards that which is in our heart. So, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that can make it difficult. So again, with this movement, I seek to hopefully make things a little bit easier for people, and hopefully give a little bit of inspiration and just help a little bit on the journey, because this is how I feel that we can together make the world a more beautiful place to live in, which is what it's all about. So another thing that can make it very difficult to move towards the dreams, I alluded to this earlier, is the nightmare. So what is the nightmare? So the nightmare is disconnection, fear, burnout, separation, anxiety, depression, pain in the body, illness and health problems, loneliness, collapse, mental health challenges, relationship breakdowns, business breakdowns. These are the kind of nightmares that we tend to face on a week-to-week basis for ourselves personally. And then I mentioned kind of going through a bit of a global nightmare at the moment. So to the degree at which we're living in the nightmare is the degree at which we are not living in love, living in beauty, and is the degree at which we're finding it difficult to ultimately cultivate the dreams that we're looking to create in our lives. But within the nightmare can be the part of the solution, because the nightmare can teach us where we don't want to be. And if we know where we don't want to be, then we can start orientating ourselves towards where we do want to be, and start moving towards a dream in our life. So a number of these states I know very well myself. I've gone through most of those. So I've very much had to learn the hard way. And I'm also speaking from the perspective of a person who's not realized his dreams yet. And this is the path that I'm on and dedicating myself to. And this is why I say this is a co-collaboration, because I'm on this journey as well. I haven't quite reached my dreams, and it's been quite a difficult time over the last few years. I've been going through it for a while. I had a business collapse a number of years ago. Then had a community collapse, which was very difficult, because my whole sense of belonging within this community, the community dissolved overnight in a very difficult way, which was very challenging. Business collapse put me on my ass for 6 months, very difficult to manage. And then after that, I then moved into a house with very serious mold issues, and got very deeply poisoned by mold for many years. So it's about 5 years I was struggling with mold poisoning, and brought me to the edge really of my health. And I was been in a state of perpetual exhaustion for a very long time. When I was in the mold, my body was under so much stress, and I got very sick, very ill. I remember at points I wasn't able to work, and life was pretty miserable. And it's only actually in the last couple of years that I've really been able to address the mold and get it out of my body. But it was, I was moving from place to place. And every single place that I moved had mold or some sort of environmental issue that meant that I couldn't live there. And it was a bloody nightmare. But all the way through, I had a very strong idea of my dream. And then this also led me into also a very deep time of processing trauma and coming to terms with certain things that had happened in my past, and everything came to a head in terms of my mold poisoning, all this past trauma surfacing, which led me to move to Costa Rica to engage in a very, very deep year of healing, which has been the last year, and I'm so happy to be through it. And I feel, well, no, I don't feel I am a completely different person from it. And through this journey, I'm now able to be in this position to start cultivating my dream, which has been this, but it's not always been this. So we can very much see the nightmare as an initiation, and I very much see that with myself as well as the clients that I've worked with over the years as a health practitioner, that when we have a compelling dream, this can really help pull us through the nightmare. But first, I find it very, very helpful to actually look at our perception of the challenges that we face within our world, our lives. And for me, something that's been incredibly helpful is to actually see the challenges as opportunities for growth, because this is what they are if we can see and appreciate them in this way. Every single challenge that we face is in some way a portal for our transformation, and in some way we can perhaps take a degree of responsibility for. And I find that when I take full responsibility for the challenges that I've created within my world, this massively helps me to move through it. Whilst it's been very, very difficult for a while, it's served massive growth, and I see this within my clients as well. People come in and they're suffering from some sort of challenge, and then they go through it, they go through their healing journey, and the gold that they gain is the inner knowledge, the inner strength, the inner fortitude, many, many beautiful qualities that they develop through the pain that they've experienced. So, what if every challenge in our life is actually placed there for some sort of reason for us in some way to grow from it? So this is what I believe the nature of the reason for the nightmare is to create this polarity, create this kind of slingshot, if you will. So, we pull back the slingshot, it gets worse and worse and worse, gets really bad, and then this creates the potential for the transformation when we let it fly, and then when we're able to move that and become stronger through it. Inherently, again, what I've come to learn is you sign up for a dream, and this is almost like inviting challenge into our lives, because it's as I said, it's not easy, but with that challenge comes a massive opportunity for growth. So I believe this is what we get when we sign up for a dream, and whilst it can be difficult, it's absolutely worth it through who we become through that. And like I said, for me, I'm detaching actually from the idea of realizing my dreams and understanding that actually the dream is this vehicle for this engagement with life, and this capacity for growth. And dreams evolve as we do as well. So as we move through a dream, it may change as we change, as I found with my life. And my dream. So my dream actually for many, many years has been to cycle from Alaska to Argentina. And I did a cycle ride through Mexico many, many years ago, and just had the time of my life, and just felt such a strong sense of aliveness, and really realized that part of the dream was lodged in this space of wanting to do something wild. Part of it is lodged in something that my soul, I really feel, really wants to experience this. But come to realize that actually a big part of it is actually this feeling of aliveness that I felt whilst I was there. And if I'm really honest, it was wanting to move closer to this feeling of aliveness, which as I'm learning, can be had any time that we choose, if we are able to appreciate life in this certain way and engage with our lives. So the Alaska to Argentina trip was lodged in this place of achievement as well, like Alaska to Argentina, yeah, amazing achievement. That was something amazing to do, and this is something that I'm detaching from as well, like detaching from this need to achieve, which I think drives a lot of our Western society, and in my experience can drive a lot of problems. And there's nothing wrong with achieving, and nothing wrong with striving and moving towards things. But I've come to be quite acutely aware of like the energies behind why we achieve or why we want to achieve, and where they're based in. And really, most things, as I see, they really boil down to fear and love. And what motivation are we moving with? And with this trip, I was definitely moving with love, but also it was also being driven from the space of not feeling enough in a way as well, which I think is something a lot of people can relate to. And I can really say that now this is much more born from love than it is from insecurity and feeling not enough. And in fact, just completely letting go of this idea of achieving at all, which within that has brought a lot of freedom. So I spent a lot of time in this way of being, and maybe you can relate. As I said, I think this can drive a lot of issues with us. Overworking, burning ourselves out, self-sacrificing is a massive one, and just driving towards this arbitrary achievement of success. And I think we're told, or we're taught, success means a certain thing. We internalize what success means. In our society, it's usually some sort of material success, how much money you make, or what kind of house or car, all the stuff. But I've redefined success for me progressively over the years, and also worked with several people and asking them about their ideas of success in terms of people I've worked with, and just really seeing now that success is it's this classic one. You've heard this all before. Success ain't what you have; it's who you are and how you feel. It's like, are you happy in life? Are you healthy? Do you have good people around you? Do you have a life that you look forward to getting up to in the morning? Or is it the opposite? Are you living the dream, or are you living the nightmare? So this is the power of creating our dreams. It's an orientation and a north star towards that which ultimately brings us greater experience of life. And this for me it's become the core message. Like, our dreams are engagement with life, and it's become such a big thing for me because for many years I recognized that I wasn't engaging in life fully, and there's pain that comes with that. So so this trip to Alaska to Argentina now it's become much more of a relational journey, and a way in which I can hopefully spread this message of dreams, message of love, message of Dreamweaver. And also have a lot of fun in the process, because it's going to be fun. But so that has pulled me through essentially 10 years of very difficult times. I think without this North Star, I would have freaking collapsed a lot worse through all of the difficulty that I've faced. And it's been this one consistent thing that I've been like, okay, I want this, and it's massively helped to pull me through. So this is the other power of the dream. There's a saying that if you have a big enough dream, then you don't need a crisis. I think that was the psychologist Jerry Wesh. If you have a big enough dream, then you don't need a crisis. So this is the nature of one of the many things that the dreams can give us. It's like this anchor, this North Star, something to aim towards, something to engage with life. Something that motivates us, something that helps us evolve, something that works as a catalyst within our lives to move us forward, fueled by love and fueled by desire as well. I'm still going to do the Alaska to Argentina, but right now it's like I'm in this wild process of lots of change, and a lot of the things that I wanted, they're not so prevalent now. I don't want them so much, and this has very much turned into a relational journey, and actually, really, I want this more than actually the trip now. Whereas, this wasn't even a conception. I want this to help people. I want this to move people. I want this to hopefully inspire people, and for us to come together as a community and move together with this. So my dream now is to help you live yours, which is where the Dreamweave Prayer comes in. So the Dreamweave Prayer, now this originated with my friend Taryn, actually, from Yoga in the Stars, which is a beautiful jewel of a yoga studio in East London. they're amazing, beautiful, beautiful people doing some amazing things. And I was really, really grateful to stay with them for a little while. And yeah, Taryn had this dream, and he knew about the bike trip, and he kind of saw me like ripping through the Americas, carrying this fire, bringing positivity back to the world. And when he said it, I was like, man, that's like too big. It's too big for me. And this is like, whoa, who am I to do this or take this? And then over time, I kind of felt into it and thought, well, maybe actually, this could be something that I could do. And this has evolved into something called the Dreamweave Prayer. So this is going to be a prayer for the journey, or no, it's a prayer for our collective and individual dreams as a humanity to come to fruition. And the cycle trip is going to be a vehicle for that. So I'm going to be lighting fires, prayer fires, sacred fire, prayer fires throughout, and hopefully getting in touch with various different indigenous communities as I go, to also bring awareness to their medicine, but also what's happened to them. It's travesty what the Western world has done to the majority of the indigenous cultures. So I'm hoping if they're willing that they will hopefully add to this prayer. And this is a community prayer. So we opened it actually last year, a beautiful event called Spark in the Dark, which we held on the Cancer new moon in Epping Forest. It was beautiful. It's a new moon. I had a really, really lovely yoga class in the sun. We had a gong bath, and then we had a sangha singing for our prayers for our dreams. And it was a really beautiful evening, and it was like a wow moment when my friend Abby lit the altar. So everyone built a beautiful altar, put all the candles in with their prayers. If you go to my Substack, you can see some pictures of the altar. And my friend Abby sang a song, and then she lit the central candle to open the prayer, and it was just like, like my whole body stood on end. It's like deeply powerful moment. It's like, wow, okay, the prayer is open. So yeah, we started this beautiful prayer about a year ago, and we'll also have a prayer scroll carrying the prayers of different people who write on the scroll through the Americas. And yeah, it's an offering and invitation for yourself. If you would like your prayer to be put onto the scroll, then please do let me know, and I'll pop that on the scroll. That's going to come with me all the way through the Americas when I go next year. And the prayers are going to come. Hopefully I'll have a bunch of prayer scrolls come the end, and that's going to go in the final burn to close the prayer once the trip is finished. So if you'd like to get involved with that prayer, then please do reach out. Also as well, I really want to end. Well, I want to start wrapping this up, actually, and I want to ask you, what is your dream? What is that whisper from the soul? If you take a deep breath and connect with your heart, this beautiful organ within your treasure chest, sending light and love, life force energy through your body. I really want to ask you to connect with, what is your dream? What is that thing that keeps coming back to you? The interest, the thing that wants to be birthed. Maybe you're already creating your dream, or maybe even living your dream. You're really feeling into, what is that whisper from the heart that wants to come. And if it's difficult to connect to your dream, that's completely fine as well. That's also what we're here for. What is that thing that excites you, brings you into a space of passion? What is that thing that scares you a little bit? And what is nestled within the love of your heart that you would like to see in your life or for others. So I very much wish for your dream, all of our dreams, to come true. This is what this is all about. And yeah, I can feel, I know it. This is going to be a beautiful journey, and I want to be involved with you. I want this to be our journey. This isn't just my journey. This is a co-collaboration. I want to build a community. Also, as well, health is a very, very important part of achieving our dreams. In fact, it's the foundation of our dreams. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about what my plans are with the start of this podcast. So I'm a health practitioner. I've been working with people to help them overcome their challenges for many, many years. And I've developed the Dreamweaver system, which is the foundation of that is getting yourself as healthy as possible to create this beautiful platform for then achieving your dreams. So I'm going to be creating a toolbox over the next few episodes to get across the Nourish to Flourish Phoenix philosophy for Dreamweaving. And this toolbox is going to hopefully serve as a really, really helpful guide for creating health within your life. Also, if you feel that you wish for some support, if you're struggling with chronic health problems, burnout, and any realm of different issues within your life that are preventing you from achieving your dreams, then please do reach out. I'd love to support. Any questions, please do send through. And yeah, I'd love to help in any way I can. So that's what I'm here for. And like I said, this is my dream, to help others achieve theirs. So yeah, I'll start to wrap it up. Like, thank you so much for listening. My God, this is a big moment, and this is the third time I've tried to record this. Like the previous two were bad files. So I'm so happy to now be here. Hopefully it saves well. But yeah, it's been a journey to get to this point. Thank you for being here, and I really look forward to seeing how this journey unfolds together. You can check out there's this podcast. There's also a Substack that I'm writing as well, and there's going to be different things coming as it evolves. Also as well, so I would love for you to be involved. If there's anything that you would love me to talk about on the podcast, or any questions, and could even do like a Q&A at some point, please do send them in. Or would love to hear what your dream is as well. Like, wherever you find this video, please do pop in the comments section, and would love to open a dialogue. And let's weave some dreams together. That's what it's about, man. So I'll end it there. Thank you so much for listening. Lots of love to you, and wishing you a beautiful, dreamy day. Big love. Bye.